Bad news. Russia is now winning in the war in Ukraine, or at least it's pushing the Ukrainians back. It's got the upper hand in the battlefield, and the stakes have just got higher. French President Emmanuel Macron has been all over the shop, you know that. He now says European countries should stop being cowards and send troops to Ukraine to fight as well, to help the Ukrainians. And the head of Germany's Air Force was bugged and embarrassed by recordings of him saying British troops were already there.
Wenn es zum Beispiel darum geht, die Missionsplanung zu machen. Ich weiß, wie es die Engländer machen. Die machen es ja komplett im Reachback. Die haben auch ein paar Leute vor Ort. Das machen sie, die Franzosen nicht. Also sie QCen auf die Ukrainer beim Beladen des Scalp.
General Keane, how embarrassing was that call?
Well, I think NATO's got to get their act together and determine what it is they're doing. I really don't think they're all that serious about sending ground troops. I do believe the Ukrainians would more than welcome air power because certainly they don't have the kind of air power they will eventually get when the F-16s show up. In terms of the characterization of the war, here's how I would express it. Russia has some initiative and has been able to achieve momentum in taking in limited pieces of territory, principally around Avdiivka, where there's a salient there, and the Ukrainians withdrew. But the Russians suffered staggering casualties, and they were not able to exploit that success in restoring operational maneuver and being able to move through the penetration they achieved and take significant amount of territory. Why? Because the operation culminated and they lost the ability to maneuver any further. So what we're seeing is positional warfare. The Russians are not winning this war, but clearly the momentum is on their side. The Ukrainians are defending quite naturally because they're husbanding their resources. They know full well they've received no assistance in 2 months whatsoever. The Russians outgunned them 4-1 on artillery shells, and they're going to have a depletion of their air defense systems. And if we don't get something to them soon, we're going to see bombing of major cities in Ukraine and successful bombing that we've not seen to date.
The Ukrainians have had a tremendous success in the Black Sea using drone ships or drone boats. It's just been extraordinary, some of the vision we've seen too. But has Germany, the head of their Air Force, landed Britain in it by revealing, and I presume he knows what he's talking about, in this bug call that British troops are already on the ground in Ukraine, training Ukrainians to fight? That is a big step up for British commitment in this war.
It certainly is, if that's a true story. Maybe their SAS are doing that kind of training. Obviously, that's a covert operation, not meant to be in the public domain, and revealing something like that is astounding. A NATO country revealing something on another NATO country, an allied partner, and shame on them for doing something like that, if this is a valid story.
Yes, I think Germany's effort in this war has been all over the shop as well. I mean, really, this has exposed some real weaknesses in Europe. But we shall see. I mean, they need to get their act into gear or Ukraine will be lost. General Jack Keane, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, great talking to you, Andrew. Thank you.